Shalom, beloved family. It's your girl Sophia, Spiritualite, and we're here for our daily prayer and reading. Of course, we meet every day at Sassur. We say a prayer, we read a psalm, and then we do a three-card reading just to see what messages we can get from the Most High and the angels. So, without further ado, all praise, glory, and honor be to the Most High, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the great I Am, loving kindness, the God of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, David, Enoch, Moses, Noah, and Solomon. We thank you for another day to have labored in the vineyard. We ask for permission to speak with the angels for just a few minutes so that we can get a message that will allow us to be of better service to you and to the kingdom. When we enter herein with all humility, let God the Almighty One enter into this place by the entrance of an eternal happiness, of a divine prosperity, of a perfect joy, of an abundant charity, and of an eternal salutation. Let all the demons fly from this place, especially those who are opposed unto this work, and let the angels of peace assist and protect this place, from which let discord and strife fly and depart. Magnify and extend upon us, O Lord, thy most holy name, and bless our conversation and our assembly. Sanctify, O Lord our God, our humble entry herein, thou the blessed and holy one of the eternal ages. Selah. To the Holy Mother, we thank you for being with us. We thank you for guiding us. We thank you for walking with us down the path of life. O Divine Mother, illumine me with divine wisdom. Vivify me with divine life and purify me with divine love, that in all I think and say and do, I may be more and more thy child. We acknowledge our older, wiser brother Yahushua and the perfect example he set of how to both climb the tree of life and conquer the tree of death. And to our guardian angels, to our personal guardian angels, the archangels, the Council of 9, the Council of 12, the Council of 24, the 24 elders, the 42-letter name of the Most High, the 72-letter name of the Most High, the Council of the 144,000, the 216 angels on the tree of life, the entire administration of angels, and to all the angels whose names we know and the ones whose names we do not know. We ask that you come and be with us for just a moment, that you give us a message that will allow us to be of better service to the Most High and to the kingdom. All right, let's do Psalm 16. Preserve me, O God, for in thee do I put my trust. O my soul, thou hast said unto the Lord, Thou art my Lord, my goodness extendeth not to thee, but to the saints that are in the earth, and to the excellent, in whom is all my delight. Their sorrows shall be multiplied that hasten after another God. Their drink offerings of blood will I not offer, nor take up their names into my lips. The Lord is the portion of mine inheritance and of my cup. Thou maintainest my lot. The lines are fallen unto me in pleasant places. Yea, I have goodly heritage. I will bless the Lord, who hath given me counsel. My reins also instruct me in the night seasons. I have set the Lord always before me, because he is at my right hand. I shall not be moved. Therefore, my heart is glad, my glory rejoiceth, my flesh also shall rest in hope. For thou wilt not leave my soul in hell, neither wilt thou suffer thine Holy One to see corruption. Thou wilt show me the path of life. In thy presence is fullness of joy. At thy right hand there are pleasures forevermore. Selah. All right, so, oh, that sky is beautiful. All right, so we have our Rota Mundi deck here. Of course, this is our nighttime deck, and it is a Kabbalah deck. So if a beginner were to use it, you would obviously need to, take it slow, 3 cards at a time, work on your tree of life and all of that, and then it'll start to make some sense. So, um, here we have our cards. All praise, glory, and honor be to the Most High, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the great I Am, loving kindness, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We again ask for permission to speak with the angels for just a few minutes so that we can get a message that allows us to be of better service to you and to the kingdom. We say thank you to the Holy Mother for always being with us. We acknowledge our older, wiser brother Yahushua, and of course to the angels whom we've already called in. We ask that you give us a message that's timely, that's easy for us to understand, that's easy for us to apply, and that is timely. And of course, when you give us the message, we will let the Most High know that you have fulfilled the covenant, so that you will be given credit for just a portion of all of your hard work. Ooh. All right, let's see what we got. And then we're going to pull from my new deck too, my homemade deck, and we'll see what cosmic law we need to think about. Okay, so we've got our good old buddy here, obstacles from outsiders, but that's in a past position. And then our next card is the Four of Cups, right? We've had this card before too. And then our last card, we've got the Two of Pentacles, which is the unicursal hexagram. And that's our tree of life, but that's where you can go. I just realized I don't know if anybody else did this when they were younger, but that little string game that you would wrap your fingers in a certain way and then go down and do like this, and that's what this looks like, the little strings on here. I just recognized that. They was giving us spiritual stuff the whole time. Hiding it in plain sight. Okay, so let's see what we have going on here. Let me show y'all these cards, because of course I forgot to pull out my books. There we go. Alright, let me grab my books. I always forget to pull out my books. Alright, alright, so our first card, I can't remember whether that's not this one. This one. The Five of, I can't remember what five that is off the top of my head. Is it Cups? No, it's not the Five of Cups. It's not the Five of Wands. It's not the Five of Pentacles either. Oh, it's Swords. Okay, it's the Five of Swords. But we are grounded in reality again, okay? Alright, this card, the Five of Swords, is titled Obstacle from Outsiders and shows a fool being tempted by things of the world. It shows a man dressed as a fool who is taking advice from a demon how to find worldly success. The earth has horizontal and vertical lines as described in the Eight of Cups card, but instead of a cross on the top, the head of a fool is placed over the entire world. The Four of Swords represents being tempted by a woman, and this is being tempted by the devil, which is a male tempter, similar to the temptation of Yahushua immediately after his baptism. When interpreting these forces in a reading, they could represent an internal struggle against one's sinful desires, or the 4 and 5 may represent temptation by human males or females. The lesson of this card deals with discernment as to what the actual value, how one defines success, because wherever someone's treasure is, that is where their heart is also. And this is the fifth sephirot of Gabora, which is a concept of judgment. People are expected to use good judgment, and eventually everyone will be judged according to the choices they make. Okay, so couple things with this card off the break then. Number one, this is something I've been saying to people recently. And you have to understand that you have to understand what is the value of your life. What is your life worth? And a lot of people, when they start looking into this whole issue of the trust stuff, right? Which is private use only. They want to know, well, how much is in there? How much is it? And I always say to them, how much is your life worth? How much are you worth? How much are you worth? That's a number that they can't put a number on that. That's the whole point. When we entered into the trust with the Most High, He didn't put a number on our life. There was no number. It wasn't a number. So He said He would grant us the desires of our heart. That doesn't have a number. The desires of our heart does not have a number. And so for people who want like the world, they want to take everything out of that account or whatever the case may be. That's not how that works, because there is no number. We put numbers on ourselves. They're self all limitations are self-imposed limitations. Like I think I said this yesterday too. The Most High has no limits. It's however whatever the Most High can conceive, and we don't even have a good understanding of what is conceivable by the Most High, and therefore we don't know what our worth is. We're completely in the dark right now about what we are worth, and so that is the folly of this card, is thinking that the government of this world can tell you what your life is worth, because they can't. They can't put a number on it. There's no number. There's no number. They cannot put a number on it. And therefore, that means that your life has an unlimited value. And if your life has an unlimited value, then you have to act like it. Like trying to get people to act like I was talking to one of my friends earlier, and she was like, yeah, I want to try and get this used thing. Somebody is done with it. I'm like, stop it. No. Why aren't we? It's not about the fact whether it's used or not. It's about that's the first thing you thought of. Let me get somebody's old stuff. No, no, no. We want to get new stuff. We want to, we want the cattle on 1,000 hills. We don't want some old used cattle, secondhand cattle. We want the cattle on 1,000 hills that the Most High has. So we have to get out of this mindset that our life has a value, because it's priceless. We are priceless to the Most High. There's, if you read Psalms 116, like I've been reading them practically every day now, the Most High, hold on, where my Bible's right here. Excuse me, Sister Gigi. This makes the exact point. Psalm 116. Precious, Psalms 116, verse 15. Precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints. Precious. Is precious a dollar amount? Does precious have a value? It doesn't. So you have to get out of your mind. Put Sister Gigi back. You have to get out of your mind that you have a value. You cannot be bought, nor can you be sold. You have no value. You have the express trust of the Most High, and you have no value. And so we have to put that behind us. It's in our back, it is behind us, but we have to really consciously put that in our minds that we have no value. There's no amount of money that you are worth. Your life is precious to the Most High. And so everything else, there's no value for precious. That means you're supposed to have the best of the best. That doesn't mean everything has to be new, because there is no new things really. But you should not be thinking of how I'm gonna get something from somebody's old stuff and and use it, because I don't have enough belief in myself to get the new stuff. We gotta get out of that mindset. We have desires of our hearts, and we should have the desire of our heart, not the desire of somebody's second hand. You know what I mean? That's we got to get out of that. We got to get out of that. All right, let's look at the Four of Cups. Try not to make this reading too long. It is my day. Shout out to all the Cocovites. Shout out to all the Cocovites out there. We've got the Four of Cups. Let's see. All right, let's look at the other book, because that description is just what's on the card. So let's look at this in here. Here we go. The Four of Cups. This card generally shows a sense of dissatisfaction amidst success. There is a satiation level to the emotions and a desire for something new. In some decks, this card indicates that the need to reassess a situation will lead to new possibilities. An old relationship may be reevaluated, or although faithful and unexpressed yearning still remains. It is the questioning of the inner self as to whether there is more to life than that makes emotional satisfaction here tinged with a latent longing for an ultimate experience, signaling that right choices have been made and that satisfaction is genuine. Even with external needs being well provided, internal satisfaction is being questioned. This may signal a new direction in emotional expression, such as charity work or some other means of sharing, so that balance is returned. And the keywords here are reassessment, new possibilities, and unidentified longing. So really, that is deep down. We always, many of us, I won't say all of us, but many of us always wanted more, but we knew that more wasn't a physical thing. And so for myself, I knew that fairly early on, so I tried not to be so hard on myself when I didn't achieve certain goals, because I realized early on that there was something that was going to keep me out of the same realms as other people. So, for example, like where I'm from, everyone works for the government. Well, my mom worked for the government briefly, very, very briefly. And I was really never able to get into that whole government thing. It just didn't work for me. So I went into the whole education thing, and I was getting my education, and that was working for me. But it wasn't. It like I said, I'm almost done with a doctorate degree, and it's just like a big gate, and not a physical gate, but a spiritual gate. That no, you're not gonna cross this gate right now. And I'm like, okay, so I've learned to, you know. Uh, I don't want to say be satisfied with what I have while longing for something more, but I know that everything has a season. And so instead of being dissatisfied with where I am in my life right now because I don't have the things that others say I should have, I try to just find the joy in what I do have access to, what I am physically able to do. And I feel like that has kept me from, experiencing a lot of this like deep seated regret and all this other stuff, because even though it is stuff that I want, I know that there's a reason why things got to be done in a certain time for me, because obviously, especially now, I offer myself up to the Most High as a vessel. I understand that it's certain people I got to interact with at certain times. So sometimes that means I have to hold off on some things because the person I have to influence, or has to influence me, isn't quite in position yet. So a lot of times I think that we're waiting for certain things to come into place, and that's the reason why things don't happen the way that we think they should. And we have to really, again, back to the first card, not be distracted as if it is like, oh, we got to go to the world and get the world to give us our desires. We kind of have to just like go into a holding pattern. You know what I mean? Like I find now that on Wednesdays, every Wednesday I wake up with a headache. So that has indicated to me that on Wednesdays I need to be in a holding pattern. I need to chill and kind of wait to see how my day goes and make my decisions from there, as opposed to my normal thing, which is why I haven't been doing any recordings in the morning, because I haven't been able to get up and just do them. So now I'm doing my recordings after dinner, which works because then I can put them up for the Thamor hour, the Sassur hour, which works, but it's a little bit different because I was getting up early and doing these before the kids went to school, and I would be done for the day, and then I could this. But now it's kind of like, no, don't just do those after dinner, which is good because I'm working on my connecting with the moon sphere intelligences now, and so it puts me in position to remember to do the thing I got to do with them at 8 o'clock, and then this goes up at 9. So the timing is working out, but it's like I have to be in position at a certain time, and so the Most High is afflicting me in different ways so that I'm in position that I need to be in at the time I need to be in it. And therefore, I'm not upset now. When I woke up this morning, I was like, I'm not gonna get too much done today. I don't feel so hot. And I just laid back down, and then I got out of bed, obviously to take the kids to school, and then I came back home. I got back in the bed, and I was like, I guess ain't gonna be no doing a whole bunch of stuff this morning, and it wasn't. I just rested, and I know these things happen for a reason, so I don't feel guilty about it. It's like the Most High is put in position so that I can get some actual rest. I did a whole, I mean, not just me, but we did a lot during that 40-day fast, and to think that we're gonna recover from it in a week or 2 weeks is not it's not really, that's not how it works, you know what I mean? And so I feel like I'm still in recovery mode, like I'm still tending to my wounds from the battle, you know what I mean? And so the Most High has just maneuvered it into place so that I can recover, because whatever was coming up next, I'm going to need my full strength and my full energy. That's why I haven't gone back to 2 videos a day yet. And I had mentioned that in the video that got messed up, but I'm going to do at least 1 video a day and try and get out a research video or something like that. But I'm not going to push it because I know that I'm still recovering from that last battle. Like, that was a very, very difficult battle, and I think that we also are unaware of. This is why, like, our ancient fathers had to live so long, because when they fought a spiritual battle, you got to have time to recover before you go into the next spiritual battle. That's why, saying that the children of Israel were in the desert for 40 years, maybe it was 40 years. I don't know, but it might not have been 40 years. It might have felt like 40 years. It might have been 400 years for all we know, just because, it might have been 40 days that felt like 40 years. And so, you know, um, we we just have to give ourselves time to heal when it's necessary, and not feel like we have to accomplish these things that the world is giving us to accomplish in the time that the world has given us. All right, so let's look at the Two of Coins. Of course, that puts us back into reality, brings us back down. So let's see what that is in here. All right. This card usually depicts a person balancing two discs. So this is more about the balance. This is like, I think, reminding us again that we just need to rebalance and recenter and get ready for the next battle. We do have, I mean, some of the people who are following me, if you want, we're going to do a Daniel fast, a 22-day Daniel fast, starting on October 22nd, to mourn the loss of the two-thirds and to request that the spirit intelligences from Saturn deal with them appropriately. And like I said, if it's just me by myself, that's no problem. I know it's not going to be me by myself because a few people have emailed me. But if you're interested, you can shoot me an email. And we're going to do a Zoom call probably like the 25th. And I did a whole video on what the Daniel fast is and all of that, but I'll just remind you, it's very, very easy. The most important part of the Daniel fast is the morning. But you actually just give up sweet bread, wine, and meat. That's it. No sweet bread, no wine, no meat. That doesn't say no bread at all. You can still eat regular bread, but no sweet bread, no wine, and no meat. Very, very easy. But the most important part is the morning. And that's the part I haven't. Once we get closer to the date, I'll find out what that means for us. It's probably like saying a psalm every day or something. Once we get closer to the date, I'll announce the details. But we are going to do like a little call, just so we can, you know, have our private discussion about it. So anyway, this universal hexagram. Let's go back to this. This card usually depicts a person balancing two discs, indicating the ability to balance finances as well as learning a new skill. This may be a card of apprenticeship, learning from a master or other professional, or it could simply show the need to live within a budget, depending on the surrounding cards and the position of this one. As a card of practicing dexterity, this might mean a new job or promotion requiring specialized training, or it could show the difficulty of working two jobs. The energy is with determination to get something accomplished. And again, new skills learned, keywords, new skills learned, balancing money, business decision, a new job. So all those people who, you know, when you go from not believing the government is the one that provides you your rights, right? You get into this position of almost dissatisfaction with your life because you don't have the things that you expect the Most High to give you. And once you get into that position of, wanting the Most High to give you your inheritance, right? Then you go into this position of almost like moving yourself from the being what is it called? Um, Moving yourself from being a subject of the government to being a subject of the Most High. And so that process is like, because the numbers are going down, it almost feels like you're losing something, but what you're giving up is things that you don't need. Because you got two here, all you need is you yourself and the Most High. That's the extent of the trust situation has to be, is you and the Most High. But even in that trust situation, as you can see, like in this card, it's got a two of pentacles, but it's still got the whole tree of life on there. So even though it's just you and the Most High, he's got a whole tree of life full of angels and angels you don't even know that are there for you, because the tree of life has so many different meanings, so many different things. It looks like it's a small amount. It looks like you're giving up something, right? You're going from this whole world with the full hat on it, decorated just for you, to this very, you know, intimate relationship, like with the second picture, this intimate union with the Most High in the last picture, and it looks like it's not a lot, but everything is connected in this union with the Most High. Whereas if you look at the Fool card, I mean, there's a huge, it's an obstacle. There's something between you and the Most High, like, or rather, the evil Sammy puts something between you guys. There, you don't ever like directly interface with the devil. You know what I mean? Like, that's not how that works. But with the Most High, you get a personal relationship. You can see in the last card where he shows you how to get to every point, everything he has access. He opens everything that he has access to you, the cattle upon 1,000 hills. And so if you go through this, this union, this uniting with the Most High and becoming, his subject, his child, and reject the world and the world's understanding of who you are, then you have total and complete access. So that is like the process that we're going through. A lot of people have already been through it. Of course, if you're new, then you're kind of like just going through this understanding now. And once you come to the understanding that, your rights are given to you by the Most High, and those are the only rights that you have in the cosmic law and the Magna Carta. Those are only rights and statutes that you are actually required to follow, and those are the ones that are universally recognized. Then that's why you have the whole, the unicursal. They're universally recognized, and so those points are points that everyone knows. I ask, my guardian angel and stuff about that, and it is true that though they recognize the statutes of the Magna Carta, and they absolutely recognize the cosmic laws. So that's what they're governed by. And so once you understand that, then it makes your transition a lot smoother. And basically that's the point that we all come to, except is I think it's a little bit easier because you have me putting out the information into the internet ley line about how that actually works. And so I haven't seen people start to pick it up yet, which is a little bit weird. It's almost like that's a point of resistance, but that's why I'm gonna keep talking about it until that's why I still want to make videos every day, because the terminology got to get into the subconscious. And once the sister, Dr. Moonby, reminded me of that with one of her videos, the 100th monkey experiment, where she got the details a little wrong, but it was because it was about sweet potatoes. The monkeys were not eating these sweet potatoes, and then they figured out that the sweet potatoes were edible, and then all of a sudden the monkeys in all the islands were eating these sweet potatoes, whereas before they didn't eat the sweet potatoes. And so that's what it is. Like, the rest of our people, it may be just one or two people picking this up at a time, But at a certain point of our people picking it up, you reach a tipping point. And then once you reach a tipping point, people start to realize, wait, we don't have to follow those rules at all because our rights come from the Most High. You know, a lot of people realize it, but then they don't know what those rights are. And so that's where you have the difference. It feels like that's where you have the difference in the tribes. Like, this is taking way too long, but the different tribes, they come to the information like differently. And so that's why it's important to, you know, see what the other tribes are talking about, obviously, see what our people are talking about, and kind of like um, plug into it so that you are able to disseminate the information when necessary. All right, so let's take a look at our the handmade cards here. We've got our these are our 33 cosmic law cards, and again, as I said, these are my handmade cards that the angels obviously did, and they've got a mixture of oh, you can't see them, but they've got a mixture of watercolors, and they've got a mixture of numbers and stuff in here. So let's see, what is the cosmic law that we need to think about with this reading? We need to know the cosmic law that we need to think about with this reading. The cosmic law that we need to think about with this reading. Um, okay. Let me hold on one second. All right, my bad about that. People are calling. How's the weather down there? Oh, we're fine. All right, I'm getting a feeling from this card. Let's see what it is. All right, and so this is this is 28, which is numerology. And this symbol on his card, I'll put it so you can see maybe, but it's a Tav symbol. There we go. It's Tav. This is 28 numerology. So let me put it right here. Let's see what Tav is. It's at the end. Oh, it is the last one. Yes. So the symbol if of it is two cross stick like a cross, and it means mark, sign, or signal. That's interesting. That's what Tav is. And the 28th cosmic law is numerology. All things depend upon numbers. All things are created by numbers and controlled by numbers. So let's look at the numerology of this reading, which we got 5 and 4 is 9, 10, 11, which is a perfect number. So, you know, that's interesting. These numbers add up to 11. Sometimes we don't even get all numbers. It's really strange, but this adds up to 11. Let me see if I have, where's my, hold on, there's another set of charts that I'm going to make, coming up from this other book, that deals with the numerology, because, there's actually names that go with, that's 9, that's 10. Oh, he didn't even do 11. Hold on. He had to do 11. So it is called, he says it is called the number of sins. That's weird. Super weird. Okay, let me look up 11 here. We know that it has a angel number. That's super weird. Not 111, 11. Okay. Ha! Sometimes being a friend means mastering the art of timing. There is a time for silence, a time to let go and allow people to hurl themselves into their own destiny, and a time to prepare to pick up the pieces when it's all over. Hey, we all know that. Let's see. 11 is a powerful number that is often referred to as a spiritual messenger. This number carries with it both positive and negative associations. On one hand, 11 can represent the need to make an urgent change, hence saying the 11th hour, but on the other, 11 is connected with one's destiny. In other words, seeing 11 can tell you a lot about your life path and what paths you should or shouldn't walk. Again, this is exactly what our whole reading has been about the last 35 minutes, which I'm going to end right there. But you know, you have to walk this path. Everybody has to walk away from the fool. Walk away as from being the fool of the world, right? Let me just set this over here. They have to walk away from being the fool of the world. They have to make the decision to unite with the Shekinah, to unite with the Most High, and then they have to make the decision to accept what the Most High gives them, which is everything. But a lot of people, they're not going to get past this first part of the fool. They're going to get stuck right here in the fool. You know what I mean? Like, because the fool is offering them the world when they don't even know they have a whole. Remember, in the tree of life, the Malkuth is just one spot, one stop on your trip. And really, in the universal hexagram, it's not even on it. It's not even on the route. It's totally outside the route. You have so many other places to go that you won't even be worried about the world and what the world has to offer. But people are so um, um, people are so fooled, literally, by the foolishness of this world that they'll give up their whole inheritance, and that's what you now have the Gentiles. That's what they're doing. So let's do our blessing of the Sephirot because this is going on way too long. All right. Blessed be the light beyond all being. Forever blessed be the mighty one. Keter. Blessed be the breathing of origination. Forever blessed be the mighty one. Chokma. Blessed be eternal wisdom. Forever blessed be the mighty one. Bina. Blessed be omniscient understanding. Forever blessed be the mighty one. Chesed. Blessed be perpetual compassion. Forever blessed be the mighty one. Gavora. Blessed be almighty justice. Forever blessed be the mighty one. Tiferet. Blessed be transcendent beauty. Forever blessed be the mighty one. Netzach, blessed be unceasing victory, forever blessed be the mighty one. Had, blessed be surpassing glory, forever blessed be the mighty one. Yesod, blessed be infallible foundation, forever blessed be the mighty one. Malchut, blessed be all life throughout the kingdom, forever blessed be the mighty one. All praise, glory, and honor be to the Most High, the King of kings, the Lord of lords, the great I am, loving kindness, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We thank you for allowing us to speak with the angels for just a few minutes, and we would like to report back that they have given us a message that fulfills the covenant, and therefore we would like them to be given credit for just a portion of all of their hard work. To the Holy Mother, we thank you for being with us and guiding us down the path of life. We acknowledge our older wiser brother Yahweh, and of course to the angels, we thank you for coming through. We have let the Most High know that you fulfilled the covenant, and we appreciate all your hard work, service, and dedication to us, the Most High, and to the kingdom. Let God be praised in the beginning and the end. Who supplicates him, he will neither despise nor refuse. God above us, God before us, God possessing all things. May the Father of heaven grant us a portion of mercy. Beru Shem Kevod Malchuto Lo Olam Vayed. Blessed be the name of his glorious kingdom throughout eternity. Ha Rashaman Hu Yashazir Lanu Avodat Viet Hamikdash Limkoma Bimhira Biyamanu Omen 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 and Selah. May the merciful one restore unto us the service of his holy temple to its place speedily and in our days. Amen, 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 and Selah. To the spirits who are here with us, you're invited to go in peace. To my beloved viewers, you're invited to be at peace. And always remember, the Most High is your peace. Shalom. And we'll see you for the reading tomorrow morning at Themor.